Today, we'll be discussing workplace politics, loyalty over competence. Our guest today is FUNMILOLA KEHINDE-MOBOLAJI. You're welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me, Stella.
Okay, so for how long have you been in the HR space and how has your experience been like?
Okay, I've been in the HR space for about 6 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's been it's been a learning curve for me, meeting people, helping them to develop their career paths, and also helping them to develop their potential.
So our topic is on workplace politics, basically, and we're concentrating on loyalty over competence. So I hear things like employers saying, I would rather hire somebody who is loyal to me than being competent on the job, but you're not loyal to the brand, right? So what's your take on this?
Okay, it's both ways. Loyalty is very important. Competence is also important as well. However, if you're loyal and you're not competent, then you probably would not last in the job. And also, to add to that, you also need to have a good attitude. So for different employers have different scale of preferences when it comes to recruiting clients or recruiting talents, rather. Some could put loyalty over competence, and they have the plan to develop whoever they brought in their life, on their career as well, to make sure that they can stay longer than they envisaged. Whereas if they bring someone that is competent and is not loyal, it's going to be terrible for them, and also it's not going to help the culture in the workplace. So I always say it's better to look at what would work for your organization as an employer, and also as an employee, what will work for you in terms of your career paths and also your development paths, and then choose.
Okay, so what's really the definition for workplace politics?
I'll start with politics.
Okay.
I'll start with politics. So politics has been mentioned to be so many things. It's been mentioned to be a dirty game.
Okay.
It's been mentioned to be a game. It's been mentioned to be, it's everywhere. It's in the church, it's at home, it's in families.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
But what I always say is that you need to understand what politics is for you and what it means to you. Because when you understand what it means to you, then you know how to play it out. And then in the workplace, when you look at the workplace, you look at the hierarchy. Who are the people in your office? What's the organogram? Are you competent? Right? Do you have emotional intelligence as well? Have you been emotionally trained to understand people? Do you know how to understand people's temperaments as well? And eventually to play out. So basically, workplace politics is you making sure that wherever you are as an employee, whatever you are doing, whatever value you are adding, you are moving up, you are adding value, right? And you're making sure that you are not naive, in quotes. You are aware of the changes in your environment also, and you also try to work towards having a sponsor or a mentor, even in your organization, that can speak for you when you are not there.
Oh, wow. Okay, so at what point can one identify what politics is and realize that this has or is being played out? Because there are some, like you rightly said, one has to be emotionally intelligent for you to identify such.
Yes.
Because if you're not emotionally intelligent, there are certain things you'll be reacting to that on a good day you shouldn't.
Yes.
So what would be your take on this to our audience and to our viewers?
Okay. Identifying it is not so difficult, right? However, if you decide to ignore it, then it might hurt you, right? So how can you identify it when you are in an organization and probably most times you bring up an idea, right? And your idea is not put forward, right? But then someone else's idea is put forward over yours, over and over again, right? And probably your idea is put down, but then it's put forward, but then it's not credited to you.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Or they are meant to send a couple of you on the training, and it happens that your name doesn't appear on the list, and you know you are very competent and you should be on the list, right? Or they are meant to send you on an international training, and they decide to send you to a national training, and they send the others to international training. So there are so many scenarios. So once you identify that, you make sure that you are competent. You are not being let down or let go, or you are not being taken off the list because you are not up to par in terms of your intelligence, in terms of your intellect. And you also become more assertive. In whatever ideas you are putting out, make sure that you are assertive and not aggressive. So you can identify there's a workplace politics here. However, you have to be assertive when you're putting up your ideas. And then what you can also do is to give your ideas to whoever that is going to champion it before the meeting. Right. So have a chat with your boss, right? Take your boss out for lunch and have a chat with them and give them your idea. And don't do it only to your boss, also do it to your supervisor. Make sure you have supporters, silent supporters. So by the time you go into that boardroom, by the time you go into that meeting, you already have people say, okay, yes, let's try Stella's idea. Yes, Femi's idea sounds like a good thing because you've already had it before.
Wow.
And apart from doing the chat, you could also do like a very short PowerPoint presentation for them. Or you should send them maybe via email or share it via Google Drive. Technology makes all things easy. So if it's something that you've identified in advance, it's best for you to try and navigate it intelligently.
We have also heard about formation of cliques in corporate settings.
Oh, yes.
We have also heard things like management speaking, the untouchable.
Yes.
What is your take on this formation of clique? Because either ways, it will most definitely affect productivity on the job.
Yes. I would say it's not something you can break. Just make sure you're in the most productive clique. Yes. I've always been in cliques right from school.
Okay.
And it's not because I wanted to, but I found out that, okay, these people are more intelligent, right? And I can learn from them. So if I three in a clique, I know the two people are much more intelligent than I am, and I need a lot of catching up to do.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So if you have 5 intelligent friends, then you should be the 6th one, right? And if you have 5 dumb friends, then you should be the 6th one. Right? So you should be learning from your network. You should be growing from your network as well. So you can't eradicate cliques. There would always be cliques right from school. However, make sure you are in a clique that makes sense, right? And don't be in a clique that gossips, right? So your clique should definitely be going on trainings, right? Your clique should be promoted.
So you're blatantly saying
it exists.
It's okay to
Yes.
have cliques in work.
Yes, it is. As long as you know what clique you're on and you're adding value as well. So if you say, I want to be on my own, I don't want any clique, you will suffer. You would suffer.
Wow.
Why? Because information, ideas, when you bring them forward, it's fine if you bring them individually. However, if you have other people championing it towards a positive goal, then you can move it forward. Then you would have a winning team, right? Best team of the month.
Yeah.
So, however, if you have a best team of the month and you're part of the team, so where are you? Wow. Cliques can never disappear. So you have to identify it and intelligently navigate it while adding value, making sure you're emotionally intelligent. It's so important for you to go on trainings on emotional intelligence, get certified if you can, right? Make sure you're adding value, make sure you're growing, make sure you're not stagnant, make sure you don't gossip. Right, make sure whatever conversations you are having adds value. When people are gossiping and you come there, the gossip should be evaporated because they know you're not that kind of person. They should change the topic because you've come, right? So it shouldn't be, have you heard? No, not in the workplace. If it's an have you heard, it should be, we've won an award or we're working on this project. You should always want to be someone that they want to add to a team. So that's what it should be.
Okay, now it's often said that the higher you go, the tougher it becomes. Of course, the cooler it also becomes. So the political game at the top is heavily loaded. How do we position ourselves as trustworthy employees without falling prey to office politics as we climb the ladder?
Well, the word falling prey is quite tricky. But what I would say again is make sure you are competent. Right. And when I mean competency, I mean on every level. Go for the certifications, go for the trainings. If you have to school yourself. If you have to send yourself on these trainings, send yourself on these trainings as well. And also make sure you're always adding value. So when you want to add value to your boss, you might not be able to do everything they've said you should do. But then if you see your boss or your supervisor is struggling in another area, an area you've identified that you have a strength in, then you can step in to show them. So I've noticed a lot of 45s, 55-year-old, the baby boomers have a lot of struggle with social media.
Yes.
So let's say your boss needs to build a brand, a personal brand, and you are social media savvy, right? You could show them how to use Instagram. You could show them how to use LinkedIn.
That is
right?
if they allow you anyway.
Yes, if they allow. But I believe a lot of people are open to learning. And if they don't allow you to show them, then you could send them on the training. You can send them the links to join, adding value to them. And if there's a project that everybody's running away from, then you should step in and handle it. But make sure you get help from other people. Build a team that can help you.
So in the HR space, if you have the power to change or make a huge change, what is that one thing you want to change?
One.
Just one.
I have like 1,000 things. I would say personal development. It's been a part and parcel of every job, from your letter, there should be a personal development plan attached to it. So from your, okay, you've been accepted to join us, congratulations, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days personal development in alignment with your career path and in alignment with the company's goal. So you are not just being put in the company to just work. You know that when you do this for 30 days, 40 days, 80 days, when you're on the job for this year, this is where you're going to. And if you want to check out of the company, you know you're checking out, having added value to yourself and to the company. So I believe that should be part and parcel of every employee.
We have been totally coached by FUNMILOLA, and we say thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you so much, ma'am.